software is actually programmed by the project. That they could just follow the machine, so they could give a farmer advice on what was wrong and what he should do just by following that program. They did not have to know anything about the agriculture. The expert system brought that information to them. And we got farmers' acceptance. They called this a calculator. And they used to discuss with it. And they said, he doesn't know what rainfall I had this year. He doesn't know my difficulties. And they talked to the machine like that. And whenever they complained, my field workers, which are as polite as Asians, would say, I can't do anything. This is programmed in the office. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I would like to. You know? So this whole game was going on, like a Nintendo. And it worked very well, actually, which was a surprise. Because you don't know when you go out with the technology. We went out with GPSs the year before, and that didn't work. Because they thought that was to measure their field and confiscate their field, like the government usually. So when we're talking about the wild perennials, we're not going to just having an active growing season where you have all too much work to do. You know, you don't have time for the weeding, you have to hire workers, you don't really have time and money to pay them, and so forth. You can actually take, you know, X number of people and distribute them over the whole year, which means that your possibility of income is so much higher just by distributing your work. You understand? If you have 9 months without work and you suddenly have 9 months with work, that is 3 times, you know, that's 3/4. Okay. Do we understand the concept of work distribution? And also food security, because we have something around, you know, this time. No, this is going this way. Okay. The food always runs out, you know. This is called the soudure in French. It runs out. So when you have different species like that, they help to give food security. And the men would go on exodus, so it would only be women and children left. So they had to fend for themselves. And the man, he owns the crop. So he can sell the crop, he can take the money, he can go. And leave just as much as he thinks the family needs, which is never enough. So every time the man would go away, all the animals were killed and slaughtered and sold when he came back. All goats and sheep and whatever. So they had to start again. But that was an interesting revolution, was that the men came back and they heard a goat. And they said, what's that? You know, they never heard a goat when they came back from Exodus. And so the affluence had already started, so they didn't have to sell everything. This here is a fruit. Okay, it's very small like that. This tastes like wasabi, but it's a fruit. It is one of the fruits in the world I consider to have the biggest potential to be served at the finest restaurants. You know, because it actually tastes like a wasabi, but it's sweet. And its leaves are very much like wasabi. You took the photo. You should remember. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. It speaks for itself. Yeah, he was working hard. Okay, so we saw 11 species in June 2011 in Indonesia by the field station. And 5 of them get good results. And some extra slides that I can go into if there's more time, but I usually stop here. What would you prefer? So I'm saying let us rewind the earth together, okay?
Okay, thanks, Arne. 有没有想要问 Arne 的问题？那 没关系，如果有问题的话，我们还有5天的时间可以相处。Okay. If you don't have any problems or questions to Arne, maybe it's okay. We can still have 5 days of conference. Thank you very much for the first session of keynote. Thank you. I think because maybe we didn't do a very good job on timing. So I mean, this is not your fault.